Check one.
Hello, and this is Jessica coming to
This is
you
her coming, and then she's gonna
from
start.
12 after 12 in DC on the Wild Style Network. Make sure you go to Wild Style Network on YouTube and subscribe. And we are excited because we will be interviewing Misha and Tony Guerra, who are Misha's providing support for Tony tonight. They're about to start a day party. Do you know who's here for the day party? I didn't look.
Oh no, I didn't check. No.
We'll ask Jason when he comes up. But I have Frank the Tank. You know us from A Tribe Called Jess.
Howdy.
And I have Jason, who you also know from A Tribe Called Jess, who we're popping his DC cherry,
Yep.
Frankie.
He's here to lose his virginity.
His virginity.
Yeah, his clubbing virginity in DC.
He has never, ever been clubbing in DC. He's 30, mid 30s. I want 5. Okay. I didn't want to say it.
Hi, Jason. So I went one time. I've been one time, and this was I think when I first turned 21, and I couldn't tell you what club it was. Yeah, just one time. So what did I think of it?
Yeah, well, how was your experience?
Oh, now it's wild. It's an empty club right now. We're just hanging out in an office. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I can't wait for people to start showing up. Should be a good time.
He's 3 shots in, trying to relax.
Yeah, he's
all
doing
nervous.
a triangle. I'm confused. We're winging this, guys. We're winging it because we figured we should start. So, yeah, Jason's first time in DC. And you're hanging out all weekend in DC.
Yes, I'm here for Memorial Weekend.
Is that what weekend we're at, Frankie?
Yeah.
And you have the new tribe gear on. You have on your bucket hat, and Jason has on the other hat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my God.
And I get the pasties, too, on my cup here.
Jason also has on a hat.
There you go.
That does look good. Yeah, actually, an old club friend of ours from DC had this quality 5-panel hat. So
Yeah, those are nice.
It is really nice.
It'll give you a rash after 3 days, but
He's used to
you're
rashes.
used to rashes on your head.
So what are you going to do in DC this weekend?
Well, we're gonna start with the day party here.
Yeah, there's a day party
Yeah.
coming up at 5.
A darty.
A darty. That's
Yeah.
the cool word, guys. Use the cool words.
Yeah,
Cool words only.
because it's a day party, but it's also dirty.
Darty and dirty.
Yeah.
Darty-ish.
It's gonna be fun.
I like darty-ish.
Then I'm gonna regroup, get some dinner, and come back for Misha.
Yeah.
Yeah, opening up.
I have Oshi, so I have to get home at some point. I feel bad. I can't abandon my dog. You know that. I can't. Can't do it. And then you got Misha.
Oh shit! I have dogs at home too.
It's so fucked up, Frankie. That's so fucked up. But 12 After 12 has a lot on deck the next few weeks. They got Dirty South coming in July, which really is exciting. They have their Super Soaker Party, which Wild Style Network is giving out T-shirts.
I actually might come to that one. I might join you all at that one.
I'm wearing a bikini at that one, and I will actually interview at least in the bikini top.
Well, we got those special shirts too, Wild Style Network.
That's what. Yeah.
When you get wet, when it gets wet, you see certain things.
Yeah.
No, it's not the nipple. It's logos.
It could be the nipple.
They look like nipples.
It could be the nipple. You
Of
never
course
know. I mean, it looks like pasties over the tatas. So
And
that'll
we're
be
getting
fun.
pasties too, right?
Huh?
We are making pasties too.
We're looking into pasties. I'm going to sell them to you for $50 a pop. Tribe Called Jess pasties.
Hey, get the pasties. I'll bring the titties.
Here are the shirts. We
Oh,
might
there they
be.
go, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be letting 12 After 12 throw these out as a super soak you on June 15th at the Super Soaker Party.
You know, it's funny when Jason's always doing that with the Super Soaker.
It's champagne.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know that,
I'm
right?
always like, on my phone. I'm like, I wish I was there.
We're gonna have him spray Jason right in the face.
There you go.
It's a great look for you. Oh God, dirty. Yeah. So dirty. Yeah. So I'm gonna wear a bikini for that one, and then I will party for that. I'll get a sitter for Oshi for that one because I saw the videos. I just want to film for the gram because the girls got wild. I like it.
Those
I
parties
like
are crazy.
they're
It's
wild.
fun. And I don't know why I always miss them. Like,
Because
my
we forget
algorithm-
we know
but then my algorithm comes out and
the
it,
next day.
yeah, it'll be like, oh shoot, when is this? Yesterday. I'm like, really?
Well, I told
I'm
Jason,
like,
I was like, dude, I'm down for a good darty
Yeah.
always. And that one I will get sitters for the dog for.
yeah, I'm like, I told him, I said, bro, come on, shoot me a quick text and be like, Frankie, day party tomorrow, darty tomorrow,
Yeah.
like come through.
So we'll plan on
That's all I need. Last minute.
really busting Jason's cherry that day.
Oh yeah.
Today. We'll even drive you down.
Today, yeah. You got the darty here. I'm here. It's happening.
It's here. You ain't going
it's
nowhere
popping
now.
today. That cherry's popping.
He's already saying, I can't
Darty.
stay long because blah, blah, blah. This is Jason's classic line. I can't stay long, guys.
Dude,
I just can't.
literally just so much hate.
I gotta go work out and I'm a dog. And
My dad bod.
okay. And here is today. It is an all-white day party from 5 to 10. Everyone free. Just get your ticket on a link, and there is a link on their Facebook page, and it is DJ Cheeto and GJ Pana 300. So, and it looks really fun. And I'm watching the setup go, and I know it's going to be off the chain. And 12 After 12 is the only club we come to, and I black the fuck out every time. And it's not because I don't think it's because, like,
I know why
we
it
just
is.
have
I
so
know why-
much fun.
Yeah. It's the fun that makes us black out. It ain't all
Well,
the
no, like
it ain't all the shots and drinks that
I don't do shots.
Well, I do.
You do. But
Um,
we pull ourselves out of the party pretty good here.
Jess,
but we have
you don't do shots consciously.
at least my clothes stay on and I get myself out of
You
here
do-
before I get ratchet.
You do. I do give you a little bit of some shots when I'm drinking at the J.
Do you?
Yeah, he takes sips of them.
I can't drink Jameson.
I know. That's why
I'm not
that's
allowed.
why
Like I'm
exactly.
physically not allowed to ever. I cut myself off from Jameson like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I tried to beat up one of my best friends. Legit.
No way. No way. Not you. Trying to fight somebody? No way.
Oh, Jessica, bro.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. No, I know. But when we used to party, I didn't care what I did or what I got through because this woman had my back. Like, it was like, whatever. It's like this little tiny thing right here. I feel like I was in like the backyard having a
Invincible.
good time. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't stupid or anything.
Yeah.
I was respectful.
But you know Jess had your back.
But I knew that, yeah. Like, if I got too drunk, she make sure she put that finger down my throat and recover.
You need to puke right
Between
now.
the
You're going to thank me
cars.
later. I believe it.
Dude, for her birthday,
You always
she,
look out for everybody. Every time. You're always looking out for everybody, making sure everyone's having fun.
she was like,
Yeah.
she goes,
Making
never
fun of
forget.
everybody.
She's like, come on, Frankie, you ain't ruining my fucking birthday party.
Oh, I did. It was right outside of the old U Street Music Hall. We went and saw, fuck. I'll think of it in 1 second. But we had a party bus that you guys all pissed on, and you were sucking feet
we didn't
on.
piss
And
on. We all stuck
no,
our
you guys
wieners
pissed out the window, which flew back in the window to my party bus. It's okay. Stanton Warriors. What a show.
Oh, that's right.
What
Stanton
a
Warriors,
fucking
yeah.
show at U-Haul. I miss U-Haul so much. So bring U-Haul back. U Street Music Hall. Yeah, and then you were like, I can't make it. I'm like, you're not ruining my birthday party. I said, come here, and I put my finger down his throat.
No. It wasn't like this. It was like this.
Okay, fair. Whatever.
It wasn't that. Wrong hole.
Let me tell you how I know you've gotten old, because I tried to do it in Miami. Didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Did not work. He threw up, and then he ruined our entire night.
She
Night.
was
We
like-
had a whole table at a strip club in Miami, fully catered, and he ruins. G and I had to take you all that we told the Uber driver. Just we give up.
So Jessica's like just. This is according to what they told me. I was blacked
You
out.
thure up in a
She's
planter
just like,
in
I guess
Miami.
I'm throwing up. And her friend was like, Jessica, it's like, he's leave him be. He's done. He's like, no. Like, you can imagine picturing somebody in a headlight just poking up. He's like, this is what I do. He'll rally.
And we get in the Uber. He throws up. I'm like, wake up. I'm like, he's okay. Just let him go. Because it was a ride to the strip club. This is one of his connections in Miami from New York.
Yeah.
And I like lay back down so I can take my little nap because we've been partying all day. And then he did it again. I'm like, turn around.
Yeah. I came to with my head sticking out the Denali Uber that we had. And that's when I was like, I literally was like my head sticking out. I'm like, oh, I'm back.
Didn't you say like you woke up later on and you're like, all right, guys, let's go party, and it was already like we're already done. Like that train already left.
Yeah, it was back in the apartment.
Was it straight just day drinking, just hammered, done?
No, we were drinking. No, we drank for a while. It was like, yeah, we started in the morning. Like Jessica's like, I'm gonna get my luggage. I was like, all right, I'll be right there to use the restroom. Next thing you know, I sent her a picture of a drink and a shot, and she's like, Frankie, where's my drink? And I was like, and that's when it started.
I was abandoned outside the airport, and I have a video of myself that I made for the TikToks going, I'm in Miami 2 minutes, and I've been abandoned by Frank the Tank. You're up there doing shots. I'm waiting for our Ubers on the side of the thing.
Yeah. But
And then we met. Okay.
Have you been to party?
No, of course not. Of course I haven't been to a party in
This
Miami.
virgin
just
over
Miami.
here.
I know.
Jason's
I need to
new version of
branch out a
virginity
little
over
bit.
here.
I need to branch out. Yeah.
Like, I've been to Miami for a family.
Yeah, bodybuilding competitions.
Oh,
Yeah.
for healthy
Yeah, no, you're
stuff.
good. Yeah, healthy stuff.
For healthy stuff.
No, not at all. So I've been to Miami a couple times, but
Damn.
never like anything
To
crazy.
show your dad bod?
Yeah, definitely.
Dude.
My rolls.
I'm sorry. I'll have to bust your balls over there. No, because when we were doing the podcast, he showed up in like the big old baggy sweatshirt. Yeah. Was it you had your gear, right, from your shop?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, from the pro shop.
He owns the shop gym, so like he works out. Jason owns the shop. This is what made this funny. So we had our girlfriends on the show. Jason's guesting, Normal Tribe. And we're sitting there all chatting, and we're talking about different body types and what we need. And one of the girls goes, "It's okay, Jason. Girls like the dad bod." Well, he's the owner of the shop gym and works out every day. And we all kind of looked at her like, Jason was a little buttered. You can tell.
I wasn't like butthurt. I just made the comment, just like, I don't have a dad bod. Thank you.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It was
too,
fun.
out
It's
of
good.
Everybody.
In reflection. So going back to fighting, I have a qualm with Jason. So I will protect my friends, and that is very true. I do not fight. I do not throw hands. I'm 49 years old. No, I don't. But I mean, I will protect my friends, and I have no problem saying anything to anybody, period. But Jason swears to God that years ago, I tried to fight his date, and I don't even remember who he
CJ
was.
Fence. Yeah. Girl named, I believe it was Holly. We were in there, and I knew
was
you
with
before.
Millie.
Yeah, I knew you before.
When I first re-met him, I didn't remember. I was like, oh.
And I don't know what happened or how it went down, but like they were just kind of staring at each other. And next thing I know, they're like yelling at each other. And Jess is saying how she was going to fight this girl. And the girl was like, bring it on, bitch. And then they're just going back and forth. And I was like, we need
It's
to
not
go.
how this happened.
That's
I
exactly
remember.
how it happened.
Didn't
No?
happen like this. This girl was being so, like, giving the side eye. I said, I did you a favor. He goes, it didn't work out. I was like, I did you a favor.
I think Jason was hoping you got into a fight. That's what he wanted to see. So he's confusing his fantasy with reality.
That girl
He's
was
like,
not
and then your
pretty.
top-
That girl was not
Your
pretty.
top slipped off, and you guys she threw drinks on you.
If she was very pretty, I would have remembered because I remember pretty girls. I probably would.
Are you saying I don't date pretty?
I don't know who you date.
I don't date. Actually, I don't date anybody.
I've seen one lady. She was Pretty?
My ex was pretty.
Your ex was pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, she is pretty.
She's very pretty.
I'm talking like date people now. I don't ever see them.
Oh yeah. Okay, so question is like dating like you're a couple or is dating like you just go out on dates?
That's a good question for someone who does 0 things. I mean, if I go out on a date, that's not dating someone. I don't do that either.
What if it's multiple dates?
I think you get into chartered territory where you're going towards dating someone.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a girl that I had this discussion with a panel. I'm not a roster girl. Like, I can barely manage my schedule, let alone 10 boys. Right? I did it once and I was so confused. I had to call Frank and be like,
Jessica, usually a roster might be like 3-4 people.
I can't do that.
Not when you have 300 dudes on the application trying to talk to you.
Okay, I
would overwhelm anybody.
I sent them a screenshot. I had 1,900 likes in one day on the Tinders. In one day. And I was like, how do you even do the thing? I don't know what to do. Now I don't subscribe to it anymore, so I don't know how many the likes I have. But I was overwhelmed. I'm like, what do you do with 1,900 likes? I mean, I felt flattered, but I was like, I'm not worth it, guys. Trust me.
Did you even take the chance to like go through some of them? Or
I did. But then when I would do the to clear 200, then I would go back up to. I was like, I give up on this. The Hinge is a little more conservative, but I got a lot in there. But it's just too. I don't connect with people that way, and it's just too hard. Like
you know a lot of people. I mean, you go out a lot. You do a lot.
But when I'm out with my friends. I'm not like that.
No.
He'll tell you.
So, I don't know if I'm using the right words, but the issue when Jessica's out, especially if it's like a badass DJ that she's into, she'll be in her element.
In the zone, yeah.
Like, you can see her. She's just dancing. She'll turn around and be like, Frankie, I love this music so great. I'm glad we're out. I'll be like, yeah. Right? And it'll be hot dudes all around her, like, trying to talk to her. And she's just like, it might as well be like columns or pillars or walls or couches.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, dudes trying to be like, and she's just,
so you don't even know that they're probably trying to hit on you. You're just in.
No, she doesn't even know they're even there.
Totally in the zone.
Yeah.
And it's not like that's not being rude.
No.
Right.
She's just in her element, having
so
fun.
into the music that I don't know. And then when they do try and talk, like I'm too into the music, and I'm like, I don't get their number or something. So it's just, and then other times I'm working, and I just
and then they'll say, they'll say, well, why don't you talk to people at the gym, right? You work out, isn't that another same thing? Same thing. This woman, when she's working out, she's just like training for like, I don't know what she's training for. I showed my daughter you doing the pull-ups, and she's like, damn.
Yeah, your back looked pretty sick on that one. I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that. That's your compliment for the day. You look pretty good. I'm the same way though.
Coming from
like,
the dad bod.
Yeah, coming from the dad bod over here. I'm the same way in the gym though. Like I'm not. Right. Yeah, I'm not trying to pick up ladies in the gym. It's more focused on being there and training. Plus, it's also not good to hook up with members. So just,
Have you done it? You've
Absolutely
done it.
not.
Yes, you have.
Absolutely not.
How'd that turn out for
Absolutely
you?
Not. I'm sitting here on a couch in an office in a club in DC with you all. Absolutely not.
That was a good answer. It's going back to your original question. I think that once you go with somebody multiple times, that's dating someone. I can't have a roster, so and it would have to be like I talked to the one guy 3 weeks ago, and he was interesting, and then it just didn't pan out, and that wasn't I don't think either of our faults. It just was like whatever, and it takes a lot to hold my interest because I'm all about a pure and same interests like gym and music and I mean it doesn't look I love all music, all adventure. Like people think I think they have to match me on every level, and I'm like, no, that's not true. But I just
also too I think if you match on every level it gets kind of boring, right?
Yeah,
like if you're introduced to stuff,
that's true.
And he introduces you to stuff, like it's kind of cool, like different worlds that like
I agree. I would agree with that. I think we all had a conversation outside, or I don't think you were here yet, where for me, Scott said something or somebody said something like, I don't have to have, we were talking about the Gabby conversation about the dad bod. And I was like, I don't have to have a 6-pack person, but I do have to have someone with the same health interests and goals, because otherwise it's just too far off.
Correct.
Like, why are you going to the gym? Like, and I can't. That's not going to work.
I mean, even our friendship, I'm like, man, this woman's always at the gym.
I mean, but like 5:30.
No, but it's a good
No.
influence. Dude, she's got me doing sit-ups every day. She sent me videos.
No, I have. So I sent him.
Yeah.
So
I started doing my cardio again.
we have a bet.
So
We're
it's
all
always
going to
good,
Costa Rica next January, and we have a villa, and it's like 6 of us.
Yeah.
Oh, four.
Five-
We're-
yeah,
four
yeah.
so far, and we'll add in when we deem appropriate. And so I said he can lose the weight and get a 6-pack, or at least get the abs a little bit popping. And he's gonna pay for my entire trip and ticket. So I did a whole ab routine for him, sent him videos of each thing, and I'm gonna change it up in one more week. Yeah.
As best as I can.
No, but he's actually in walking and doing your cardio.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say do it every day.
And I'm
or
ordering
all of
Mighty
them,
Meals
but I'm,
for
but I
him.
do
Shout
them.
out to Stefano and Mighty Meals.
Yes.
Yep. Love Mighty Meals. So I got to order those for you.
And I get to do my cardio because I do landscaping. So
Yeah.
this week my guys were behind schedule. We had to do 28 lawns in like one day, right? Which is a lot for us. 'Cause
That's a
it's
lot.
Like, it's like we just use little push mowers, and they ain't like big commercial mowers. So I told the guys, I showed up, right, and they see me there, and they're like, I was like, I'm here to help you guys. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah. So I got my cardio in, like,
Got your steps
18,000 steps in, like,
Mhm.
and the heat and the sun, and and then I'll try to do a couple of sit-ups here and there. But yeah, I mean, I'm more conscious about it, like do that effort, and I feel the
Coming up.
difference, If you hear,
Yeah.
am I translating in his language too? Yeah, I'm doing Serbian too.
I think Misha can.
Like, I should learn a couple of the words so you'll be like, I'm here to translate. Yeah. I need another drink though so I could translate
Get me one
properly.
too. Sugar-free Red Bull.
Okay, I'll be back.
We have a for you.
I'll go get one. Sugar-free
Are
Red
you
Bull.
just gonna leave me with Misha, not join in?
No, I'm here. So
No, I'll sit with Misha first.
Yeah, your
But you
podcast,
guys-
your problem.
No, you guys definitely. You want to cut the audio? Guys, we'll be back in a few. I think Misha showed up, and we will come back on. We are coming to you from 12 after 12 on the Wylde Style Network. Please go to YouTube and subscribe to the Wylde Style Network. That's WYLDE. Hi, guys. We are back on the Wild Style Network, Wild with Jess at 12 after 12. And I am with a very familiar face in the city who is growing and getting bigger. Misha. What's up, Misha?
First of all, thank you for having me.
Always.
It's a
No,
pleasure to be here.
I adore you. I adore Rez. You are Misha. You are high class nasty. One of the best sets I've seen in 2 years was, I can recall in the last 2 years, was at Heist Wharf Day Party. I even posted
That was a good one, yeah.
as a proper like post because on my TikTok, on everything, because that was a special set.
Yeah, thank you.
And just touching on that really quick, because I always am curious. I read an interview with you guys. You guys met High Class Nasty when you go as High Class Nasty. You guys met at Space pre-pandemic.
Yeah, we actually met at Space, even though we both live in DC, area.
I read an interview you guys did
Oh, yeah.
in 2022, and you met pre. How did that happen?
I mean, we just had like a bunch of mutual friends, and it was like Miami Music Week 2019, and
The best.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
best.
And we were just partying, and I mean, I saw Rez play a few times,
Yeah.
and he was like one of the few people from this area that I like his sound.
A lot.
I was like, this guy plays with like, with balls. Part of my French,
Yep.
but like, I was
You
like,
can say whatever you
I
want
love
on the wall.
style, like, And then I met him and I told him that, and I was just starting to DJ. I was just getting into it finally, and that's how we met.
That's interesting. And Rez, who also is late London, for those that don't know, and he's all over the city, Miami, just as you. You guys go a lot of different places. I remember it's so funny. I think 2016, 17, going to sound check and he's opening and nobody's there. And now it's like you can't get in and you can't get close. You know what I mean? And just watching him open last week at Diffuse for Paco Osuna was
that was a sick one.
So what? This is my question. When you guys go back to back, and I'm just curious about this with DJs, is that super prepared, or are you just really feeding off each other in the moment, or what? How does that work? That's a me curiosity. You know, I love music.
I mean, I think it depends on the DJs. Like everybody has a different process of preparing and stuff. Like some DJs, they're very meticulous, like with how they prepare their set, and like they literally know like order of every song. We are more like chaotic. We never really practice, or we just kind of like have a
Service.
oh, awesome.
Sorry, guys. We need our
Thank
drinks
you
for
so
these
much.
interviews. You guys can sit with. I
Cheers. Thank
Because
you.
I notice when you guys do go back to back with High Class Nasty, that I, because I usually work my way, I'm little up to the front, as you know, and I'm yelling, and you can always hear me in my videos like, that's sick. You guys kind of giggling off each other when one will press something, and you'll be like, or you'll be like, high five.
I mean, usually like depending on the venue of the show, like we kind of like say, this is the thing we want to do. This is the statement we want to make. Like this is the place where we can actually play more underground. Like
Yeah.
and then like we can do what we actually want, or this is the place that like we gotta adjust a little bit to the crowd, so that's usually the talk we have, but everything else is just like on spot,
That's awesome.
feeding off each other. Like I'm the worst with organizing my sets. I put a playlist and I put like 800 songs for that set,
But
and then I usually like to pick like the first one and maybe a few options for the last one. That's the only thing I pick. Everything else, it's like you gotta fill it out, man. I don't know. At least for me, it's not interesting if I have the whole set prepared. It's not fun for me.
It's interesting you said that because I was about to ask you that because sometimes I feel that when like I'm like watch you perform, I feel like all of a sudden you just go off like the vibe, what you're feeling, and sometimes it gets so nasty. I mean, the beats get so sick, and am I asking like, does he plan this out? How does he perform this at home and then get it? But the way you do it, it seems like you just like go with the flow about what you're feeling.
I mean, absolutely. It's like that's the best part about music. Like you're feeding off the crowd and they're feeding off. It's like a exchange of energy. So that's the most fun part. And like you wanna enjoy as a I wanna enjoy as a DJ. Like I wanna surprise myself like that I did something that sounded sick in the moment.
Yeah.
And then I hype myself up. And it's like I don't know. It's just like it's more fun. And it's sometimes you will have a whole set prepared and it's not gonna work.
That was my question. So that was another question. Like
Yeah.
when you're preparing a set, and obviously you go off the whim, which I'm going to compliment you. You know, I'm a bitch about music. We've had conversations where I'm like, I will
High
tell,
standards.
I will,
Yeah.
I will
You
tell
gotta
a
have high
DJ,
standards.
you are not taking me on the journey I paid for. I'm very upset because I really get into it, right, on a different level than just fanship. But here nor there, you do not sound like you do not prepare. You were excellent. You were excellent at your craft, but if you're in the moment in a crowd and you can tell they're not vibing, how are you able to quickly in your head do you get nervous and make that switch up?
I mean, it's like it's an emotional roller coaster being a DJ, man. Sometimes it's like, especially when I'm touring and like I'm playing I just played Chicago for the first time like a couple of weeks
Excellent.
ago on my
Congratulations.
debut there. And yeah, cheers to that. Too many
Well
more.
done.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me
Too
again.
many more.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
um, I mean, I don't know. You gotta adjust. It's like I went and I played this show in Charlotte, for example. It was my first time there, and everybody told me there's a huge Latin community. And my style has a lot of Latin influence. I love, Latin tech, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is it, man. I'm
Easy.
gonna. And I went there prepared like most of the Latin like stuff that I was like, prepared mentally to play a set like that. And I go there, and there's like none of the Latin stuff works, and there's barely any Latinos. So I'm like, okay, now I'm like digging deep, like looking for like, you just like want to see what moves them, and then you like go in that direction. But that's like that's what make the difference between a great DJ and a good DJ. It's like the most important thing is the way you read the room, like as a DJ. Like your mixing doesn't have to be that good. Like your skills, if you know which songs to play at the right time, like that's the most important thing, and adapting.
Can I ask one
Oh, yeah,
question?
go ahead.
So I agree with you reading the room. Big thing for me, and this is probably just me being way too deep, you know how I get, is those transitions. Because when a DJ is really off in the transition, my energy level just goes. Psh. Do you find that important? I find it extreme. I don't care what level you're at. I just think it bothers me. I don't. It's okay if there's a little hiccup. I'm just saying where it's.
I mean, for me, like mixing at a high level is super important, and like I put a lot of effort into that, and like try to learn and try to like steal knowledge here and there. Like like since I became a DJ, I was very hungry and eager to learn more. I'm like, I want to get better. I want to
Yeah.
get better. Like this is good, but it can, there's more levels, But
And I've seen you from like just like friends asking you, "Hey, step in here for a little bit," to like now. And even back then, it was like I thought you were so good, you know. And it would be like, "Oh my god, it's so sick." So it's like next thing you know, he's like spinning here, he's spinning there, and I'm like, "Oh my god." So I've seen you like grow, you know, in your trade, and it's like she and I always talk about you. We know when you're spinning, we know it's gonna be a good set, and then we also know the difference when you're what is it with Late London is the
Yeah.
with
The high
it's like you
class
could tell
mix.
your different style, like you change a little bit more.
I mean,
And then
that's
when
like
you do
the
your
cool
solo
part. Like
thing,
when we play by ourselves, like you can see the difference in our styles, but like we have some middle ground that we
Yeah.
find kind of, and it's a good balance. Like, I mean, it just worked. Like we had good chemistry, like since we started like playing.
Your chemistry as friends, I think, comes into play a lot there. It's just a mental of an understanding of each other. And I found you more through Rez. I mean, just kind of following him, going, "Oh my God, this guy!" And I mean, you guys are both impeccable in your styles, and you work so hard. Like I talked to when Rez wasn't doing as much. I was like, consistency and discipline. Just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, and it
I
comes.
mean, you're only good as your last show. That's
Yes.
like the tricky part in this industry, because you can kill it for like 10 years and
Yep.
like you're gonna have like a couple of shitty shows and that's what people are gonna remember. It's gonna
The gentleman, the DJ that was on the show at Salisbury Center, that's exactly what he said too.
Yeah.
Word for
Yeah.
word, what he said. You're only as good as your last show.
Yeah, we talked to Will
that's the
Gurley.
tricky
Yeah.
part, like
do you feel that keeps you humble, hungry? Like, what does that make you feel when that happens?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's like you have to like always perform on a high level. Like you gotta set standard, and like people expect us. I mean, you gotta be consistent. Consistency is
Yeah.
super important. It's like people, like you said earlier, like if when you go see my show, you expect to have a good time, right?
Yeah, and if I tell my
So,
friends, if I'm
if I
bragging to my
disappoint you,
friends
like-
about you,
like,
you
if I
better not make me look
disappoint
bad
you,
either.
Like, I'll disappoint you one time, you say, okay, off night. If I disappoint you 2 times in a row, you're gonna be like, I don't want to go see Misha. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
That's never happened. And I don't I
mean-
don't I you know what? It won't happen because you guys take it so serious and you work so hard. And hard work and passion. It's one thing I talked about in my last DJ interview is when I hear especially DJs who have really made it to that top line, right? And they just are like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, people are paying to come see you. Like if somebody
I
is watching
mean-
my podcast, I can't have we all have an off night.
we
but
all have off night. Like,
but
I had nights when I had
my
bad
attitude-
sets, you know.
my
like-
attitude is always here. Like I want to do better, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as you like keep trying hard and like evolving and bettering yourself in any way that you can, you'll be good, I think. But like, definitely, you know, everybody has an off night. I heard a lot of my favorite DJs play a set that I was like, I didn't like this, and I know how sick they are as artists. You know, like
Yeah.
I had nights like when I just finished and I know I didn't play a good set. It was okay. You know, I have enough like experience and knowledge to do a decent job, but like I mean, it's like so important with the energy too, man. Like you are like radiating your energy to the crowd, you know. If you're not feeling something, people will feel see
Yes.
that. They feed off of you, you know. So
Let me just rewind just a bit. So you got into DJing, I think, really like you've always had a passion for music, is what I read, and then you finally decided to step in. I'm gonna say I think I read 10 years ago or so.
no,
13 or am I wrong?
2019 I started.
Oh,
Only
really?
5 years ago, yeah.
See, that's why I didn't know before Res. Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah. It's been like a really
And you
amazing-
guys,
He literally skyrocketed.
I think you and Rez have had an influence on underground here. You know, you played Echo, Flash, Culture, New Androids. I mean, you guys have had such an influence. What has that journey been like? You're doing great things. I want to mention this. You just signed with Jamie Jones on his label, and you have an EP out called Ritmo de Varal. I
Yes,
used to
yes.
work for the Portuguese, so Rao.
Nice,
You gotta say, and it's
Cheers, cheers,
and
cheers.
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's huge. And when you announced it, I freaked out. I was like, this is so big. And then all the DJs playing it all over internationally, when you have it in your story, I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
what a feeling. So take me on that journey from start to now.
I mean, I was chasing Jamie for like good like
He's
at
incredible.
least a year. He was like my priority probably from all the big labels. And
How do you do that? What is that process?
I mean, the process sucks.
Well,
It
yeah.
sucks because it's getting better now with like there's like different like apps that we're using to send out music that at least they give you feedback and at least they can say that it's called Track Stack, and Jamie was the first one that like was using it like from the bigger names. But basically you try to find contact email for these big names and you send them your music like and you hope like if they have a label maybe they want to sign it, or if they don't have a label they just play it, you know.
Yeah.
Because those plays means a lot for you as an artist, like to build your brand and grow your name, you know. But the problem is these guys are so big and busy, they don't have time to respond to you. They also have people helping them get their music. So like you send music and you wait for 3 months and you get no answer. So you don't even know, there's no feedback. That's the part that sucks. Like for me, it's just like, I just want to get them to hear. If they don't like it, that's fine. But I just know they heard it. That's all for me that matters, you know. Because, you know, everybody has different taste and maybe your song is not good enough. It's all good. You keep working, you know. But for Jamie, I had like 3 songs before Ritmo de Vera and that whole EP. 3 songs he was close to signing and he was testing them and he's like, next time, he was so close, keep sending me. I'm like,
What do you think set this particular song apart? And what was the when you were in studio? How did this? I guess every song. How does that process start, right? But what do you think was the difference that made this one stick?
I mean, I'm really glad it was this song that like was like my first breakthrough hit, you know.
Yeah.
Because it was like a special song to me, and I
Why?
actually made I mean, the vocals that I had for the song like were like beautiful. I really liked them, and then Uh, actually, this is not the original version of the song. The first version of the song is way different. I'll actually send it to you.
Please,
It's
please.
like more like a
The perks,
like
yes.
a summer, like a beach house vibe, like and that's what I was like thinking when I was making. Like, I want to make a song that's like for the beach, people partying, like a good, sexy vibe, happy. And then I made it and it was good, but I'm like, I need to like go in there and take all the parts and make it more underground and give it some little bit of a different identity. And then I worked on that like really hard, and then I mean I was really happy with the end result.
So how do you like like find a difference, differentiate between like thinking, okay, I want to make this a hit because they're gonna like this, to where this is what I like, this is what I feel, and if it becomes a hit, it becomes a hit.
I mean, that's like the hard part with making music. I think it's like trying to separate like what are the expectations of the industry, what are the trends, and what do you want to do, and what like does it hit you? And for me, it's most important for that I like it and that I'm feeling it. And like it's also like following trends. If you think about it, like for example, song that's released now on like a biggest label, right?
Yep.
That song was made like a year ago,
Yep. That's very true.
if not more, because like I sent Jamie's song like in July and I released it in April, and that was still kind of fast for a label that's big like that. So like, if you're trying to follow a trend that's happening now, you're like a year behind already.
So
You see what I'm saying?
how do you deal with innovation, like right now, music's innovation right now, with also maintaining your signature sound? Like, how do you go after those trends to some level, or do you really stay true to self? I feel like in that Gen Z, Gen Y world, you kind of almost have to a bit, but at the same time stay true.
I mean, I think we all get influenced by trends, like even if we're not aware of it a little bit, because it's around us and like.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was never the person to really follow trends in general. I was always kind of like a rebel.
I like
If
it.
everybody likes something, I don't want it. Like if
Kinda
everybody's
same.
doing something, I
Fair.
want to do opposite. Like when I see something that blows up on TikTok, like a sample, and someone sends me this, I'm like, no, it's already too big. Like I want to find something weird that no one knows, and then do something with it.
You want to be that trend.
I
I
like.
mean, it's like
You want to make that.
a lot of times it happens like I make a song and then I use some sample, but that's the tricky part with sampling, and that sample blows up on TikTok before I release my song, and you're like, and it's always when you're close to releasing it. It's some fucking
I-
Murphy law, bro. Like I don't know, but
I like that answer because a lot of times, I'm aging myself, but 49. I started this music when I was 11. And granted, I want everybody to learn and grow in their industry. We have to, right? But there are times I look when a DJ that I've listened to for years and years that has done so well and they're going so far off track. And I'm like, okay, dude or lady, stick with what you're good at something. And that's why we love you. So don't go so far.
I mean, it's hard to navigate.
Yeah,
I'm
it
still
is.
learning. I'm
It
new
is.
to this industry. Like I don't have that much experience with it.
You're
Like I'm
doing
still
good.
like figuring out as I go. And but there's a lot of uh, I mean, there's a lot of like things happening. It all depends like what's your team like. What are they pushing you on? Are you surrounded with people that are yes men, or are they gonna fucking call you out for your shit and push you like
Challenge you.
challenge you and like push
Absolutely.
your boundaries, and like when you're doing something, when you're going in the wrong direction, are they gonna say, hey, you're like stepping away from what you're about, or they're just gonna like hype you up, which people do a lot these days. It's like you people just hype each other up. It's like just throwing hype my way. You're like it's
I think the fact that you're
it's unreal.
I
It's really unrealistic. Sorry.
I think the fact that you're aware of that puts you 10 steps ahead of a lot of people, right? Because especially you're young, especially at that age, people like their ego soothed. And I think the fact that you are at the point where you're like, I want people that challenge me around me. I think that's a super, super smart choice. And we all need that one or two champion people. you know,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
need those
I mean,
few
I
for
think
sure.
I think all DJs have ego a little bit. I have an ego too. Like I'm not gonna say like in
I
my
think
head,
humans
in
have
my
egos.
head, like I believe that I'm really good at something, right? So like I definitely have an ego, but like I also like am humble and like I really like appreciate everything that's going on, because like getting support and love on that level that we are, and like so many people
But
like.
you earn it. You've
I
earned
mean,
that
yeah, but
support and
still, like,
love, and I think
it's like
that's great.
people show their real face once they get some
Of
recognition,
course.
and they change, and you can see, like, I see it all the time. It's like, it sucks, man. It's like, it's really amazing, like, when you get love from so many people, and they're like, you inspire them, and like, it's the biggest compliment for me. Like, last night I saw a guy here, and he's like, oh my God, I'm such a big fan. You're inspired, like, me so much. I'm like, man, this is like such a big compliment that I inspire someone, because who am I, like,
It's a double-edged sword too, because you get these compliments, and then on the other hand, people you get a little hate throwback too, and it's kind of like a double-edged sword where
I
you're
mean,
navigating it, and I think that's life
hey,
lesson,
if people
right?
are saying, or if
I'm
people
all
are
about
talking
it.
shit about you, you're doing something
You
right.
are doing
Man.
something
It's
right.
Like,
Yes.
Can you walk us through pre-show? Is it always a party?
Ah, there you go.
Repeat it.
So we had a YouTube question on the Wild Style Network for Misha. Can you walk us through the pre-show? And it's always a party. My better show is the afters, and yes, it's always a party because I've always been there. But the
mean,
pre-show.
Actually, I'm gonna have to disappoint you. I'm kind of the opposite. I like prefer to like not do much before my
It's
show.
the same, yeah.
It actually annoys me if like usually we have a bunch of people at my place, and like
I see the videos.
and it's like and it's like I appreciate it so much. Like it's all my friends showing love, supporting. Like it's like the whole entourage.
What,
but, like,
what do I got to do to be part of that? To be part of the pregame?
hey man, bro, just gotta hit me up, man.
All you have to do is hit up Misha and Razing your in.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I take this really seriously, and it's like I really want to perform at a high level,
Amen.
and I want to be fresh. I want to be fresh when I start performing, because like I need the energy. I need to be like locked in zone, because you're a performer end of the day, and like this whole club, it can be 5,000 people, like it can be 50 people. It's depending on you to give them a good time, and they're here to blow off steam and release their demons into the wild from like the everyday
Our
life.
sin, our
And
debauchery.
it's like,
Fair.
and it's like,
Fair statement. Hold on.
Did you have to look into my eyes when you said that?
hey man, we're all in the same boat, bro. Like we
We
all
are.
have demons to release. It's
I'm
for
an
me,
angel. What do you
playing
mean,
music is,
Misha?
like, therapeutical. It's really
I like that as a fellow creative. When I do a podcast, I take it extremely serious. I really take the process of creativity, so I really respect that you say that, and you guys are always on point. And I think that you can release afterwards, and
I love the afters.
The afters are always the best
Especially
time.
because I can play music like more
Yeah.
underground, more weird.
Yeah,
But it's like, I mean, I learned the hard way, but it's like, it's just like, for example, you're talking with a lot of people, you're engaging. It takes a lot of energy out of you. And like, if you do that for like 3 hours before your set, and plus, I'm not much of a drinker. I get drunk from like 3 drinks.
and you're a tall guy.
yeah, I'm a lightweight. I'm a cheap date.
Oh,
But like, I'll have a shot before the set. That's like tradition. I have a tequila shot.
nice.
Maybe a few shots throughout the night, but like,
Just a few.
because if you start your set and you're already like drained,
Yeah, no, you don't want to do
it's
that.
like you need the energy, man. It's like, especially if you're performing at a high level, like if you if you want to destroy the decks, if you want to just have fun and play and drink, and like that's fine too, to each its own. But like, for me, like I wanna do great.
I think I talk to Frankie a lot when I'm creating a show. So it's a process. When I'm done creating it, and that night I'm drained. He'll tell you I'm like emotionally I'm spent because I don't think people understand creative process. So I respect that. I do want to ask you what's next for High Class now, and then I'm going to ask my questions I prepared. What's next for High Class Nasty? What's next for Misha? Tell us what's on deck, what we can look forward to, where we can see you. Tell me all of it.
So for High Class Nasty, I don't know. We have some things in motion. We just had like we started a label officially last year. So
Excellent. What's the label called?
High Class Nasty. Yeah.
I think I did write that down. I did.
Yeah. So we started like as a party, like an event, and then it turned into a label because we were like we wanted to curate a sound that we like, and we were like we want to release music like if we have something like that we love and
Cheers
no
to
one's
that.
yeah. Man, cheers.
Amen. We're cheersing a lot. He
Cheers,
doesn't
yeah.
want to get drunk before his set. He's
That's
going to
okay.
be hammered. Thanks to us, we're
I have
ruining
time
the
for a
whole
nap. I
night.
have time for a nap. But yeah, we started a label. We were like, if we have music that no one wants to sign, we have a channel to release it, And just like, and like our first release was like number 2 on Beatport in tech house,
Excellent.
which is like the hardest
I
genre.
love tech house.
So it was cool, and we just had like 3-year anniversary. Had a great party. It's great, man.
We didn't get invited. Did we get invited to that party?
Were you at Culture
I was for Diffuse.
for Rez's birthday?
No, I couldn't come.
Oh,
In all
okay.
fairness,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't. I had something going on. But yes, I
But
think
yeah,
it was
it's like
bad.
crazy. Like the first party was during COVID.
Yeah.
At
That's
a-
kind of how you guys broke
we
out.
rented a house from our friend,
Yep.
and we threw a house party, and it was just the whole city was there.
Naughty.
Then we had security like in front of the house.
I'm not
like,
gonna
it was
lie.
like
I always do see on the grams and stuff, the socials, you having like these nice parties and stuff. Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, like the music is great. They're having a good time, and I do get jealous.
Yeah, but I'm watching their videos at 49 going, I want to be at that after so bad, but I know
not
I will.
always.
I
Not
will-
always. You don't want to be there always.
No,
believe me.
sometimes at the end of the videos, I'm like, I will suffer for a week. I'm glad I was not there.
Sometimes it's good. A lot of times I feel like people just don't want to go home, man.
Oh,
It's
well,
like,
yeah.
You can't have afters. I'll probably get some hate for these comments.
Fisher said it.
It's my
Hey,
honest
Fisher's
opinion,
mom.
man. Like, listen, we cannot have an amazing time 3 times a week, bro.
Yeah,
It just like
too much.
it needs to be a little more selective.
Well, you want to
know?
be, you want to look
And,
good
like,
when you're older. Be able to
If
hang.
it's like a great energy and a great group of people, I'm all for it. We'll party for 5 days. We won't stop.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm in.
but it's not gonna be like that every weekend.
Correct.
It's like for me, I try to pick my battles.
The good old
know.
days. I go way back. I'm reflecting in my head. No, I get 2 benders a year. What's next for Misha? And I'm so stoked when I just got to give a shout out to Jamie. I'm a Jamie fan
Jamie.
and like a real fan. Like I saw him in Miami at 3 points.
Yes.
Just so excellent. He's just, God, I love the journey. I love the technique. It's just everything about him.
Yeah,
I love his
he's-
look.
He's one of the like my favorite artists for sure. But like he's like a complete artist in my opinion.
Okay,
He's
that's a great way to
DJ,
say that.
He's a great producer. He's like great personality. Like and like he's doing everything the right way. And there's not a lot of DJs that are great producers and vice versa. It's usually he's a sick producer. He's not a good DJ. Like,
He's an excellent DJ.
yeah,
an
he's
excellent
good at
DJ.
both, and it's like there's not a lot of people that are good at both.
I don't even think when I look at Jamie, I don't even look at performance, his technique and the journey he takes you on with music, the way he's able to do that, and just a consummate of professionalism. And I respect him.
Yeah, and like it's really what I really like about his labels that they're doing. They still have the diversity, like they still do different genres, kind of.
Oh yeah,
A lot of labels they just stick with one sound and that's it. He'll do a little bit of like a Latin influence. He'll do
Afro.
a garage breakbeat
Yep.
influence. He'll do like a tech house. He'll do like like it's just like they're not afraid to like explore a little bit, and like
diversify.
the bigger you are,
Yep.
they're playing it safe usually, and they're still like doing different stuff, which I appreciate, because we need. I think the whole industry needs more of like weird, cutting edge stuff. Like we need to like go back to like exploring more and pushing the boundaries. I think we
I
need
love
to go
that.
back there. For
I
sure.
love that. I'm in for this.
There's too many edits happening now. Like
Yeah.
I really don't like it.
I love you. I
It's my
really don't.
opinion.
And
I sample a lot too, and
I think it's good to sample
No, I mean,
because it brings the crowd
it's
in.
the part of it. Like we all sample, but it's like
I think
don't
what's
sample the biggest hits,
correct.
and you're the leader of the industry, and you're sampling the biggest hits. It's just lazy to me.
I think
We all look up to you.
I think and I'll let you ask, and then I have some rapid fire for you. I think what sampling does, and just branching out like that. I love I'm going to speak now. I love our music culture. I love it so much, and it's allowed me a space to be completely myself and to be accepted. And I think everybody feels that way. There's never fighting, and it's just a beautiful place to
It's
be
amazing, honestly.
and
That
to be
part.
lost in
Yeah.
the music. My greatest friends have come from this town and music, and that's how it's connected us, right? And we stay connected. But I think what sampling does, and people like going back to Avicii and Daft Punk and people like that, they bring in an outside world into our world, and I think that's super important because I think this culture accepts people the way they are, and I do find that really
I mean,
important.
sampling is a part of production, and we all sample, and it's normal. But it's like there's a way to sample. There's a way
Correct.
to flip a sample. Like there's levels to this. Like Daft Punk were amazing at it. Prodigy were like the
Yeah.
way they flip samples. They like they make it their own. It's like and it's like when you just pick a biggest hit that was like 5 years ago, like number one of all pop charts, and you're the leading name in the industry that's underground. It's just like it's too easy, man. Like
Yeah, but
because I look up to these people,
yeah,
and
But
I
can't you
use
say they're
samples
also
too. I make edits. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
yeah.
but like these are the people that set example for the whole world, like for the whole underground scene.
So for me, at least personally, when I see that happen, I tend to think there's also a little bit of a fan in you guys, right? Because you guys just don't make music, but you guys are also fans of music. So maybe it's a
Absolutely.
little bit like, you know what? It was such a good hit. I want to kind of play around with it a little bit.
I mean,
Could be,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but I mean, I don't know the industry. I mean, I don't have
I
all the
get it.
answers, but like the bigger you get, there's way more people involved, and I think a lot of decision making is not even up to you at the highest levels. I mean, I know that it's not.
That's fair.
And I mean, it's like you become a machine for not just making money,
it's
but you have
dollars.
like so many people depending on your
Correct.
branding.
Correct.
So like, like look at like John Summit, for example.
He's amazing. I
Like,
think he's amazing.
it's the machinery behind him now. Like he has the brand, he has the label, he has the party, the festival. Like there's so many people that are making a living off of his career, and like they're depending
Well-
on him to do well, like the team and the production and everything. So it's like
I think you get people in the business, and I'll go back to Avicii and people like that, where they suck the living life out of you. The great thing is you have people like Laid Back Luke, Green Velvet, who are becoming mentors to the younger kids, making sure that they take the rest, the time. I mean, they're so dedicated to helping cultivate them in a healthier way because we all know what it can do to you. You're 100% correct. I think sampling, I agree with you, but also I love the little nuances thrown in, especially as people have flipped back to the 80s and 90s as a girl who was born in 75.
no, I mean,
We
I
can all
love
laugh.
it. I love it.
But I enjoyed like James Hype, like really brought back that 80s in. And then Summit, how he flipped from this, what seemed a bit progressive house into this straight techno set coming out of Arc, where I was like, what was that? Like, holy shit, that was probably the best set I heard last year. The best set, period, the end. I was shocked.
Last year,
I think it was Arc 2023, Arc Festival
I
in
was there.
Chicago.
I wasn't at his set, but like
I
I was
listened
at
to
Arc,
that
yeah.
set and exquisite, in my opinion. In my opinion, exquisite. But what's coming up for you personally? And then I have some rapid fire for you, and we'll wrap up so you can drink some more and not.
A lot of shows coming up. I have my next release.
What are you excited about? Release.
I mean, release. I have next release with Manda Moore's label,
Okay.
Mood Child. Actually, Tony's on the release too. I just saw today. I
Excellent.
didn't even know we're on the
We
same
love
release.
you, Tony. You sleep. You sleep.
Te
Yeah.
amo, hermano.
Tony, just so you guys know, we were trying to get Tony Guerin here, and he wanted to be, believe me. And if he comes in soon, we'll grab him. He performed last night, had to get right on a plane, come here. And it is a hard life, and I
Yeah,
respect
touring
it.
life
I'm
is
not
hard, yeah.
at all. I understand. And then he goes live tonight on a set, and then has to do a day party in Boston tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get it, and I understand it. But we're happy to have you. So that release, and then what else? What next show are you besides tonight? Because you're providing support for Tony. Are you excited
I have a
about?
show with Tony tonight. We've been doing it for like it's kind of like a tradition.
You guys
at
are
this
really
point.
good friends.
Yeah, well, like
I was here last year when you guys
Yeah, I think I
So
was.
first time he played in DC, I was kind of like the person who like put in a vote for him to bring him, like, because I really like his
And
style.
he likes DC. I heard he really
Yeah, and
likes
then
coming here.
I played with him like since like the first show and like every
That's
year,
awesome.
and that's how we met. And like our sound is very similar, and like he's one of the people that inspired me a lot, like for sure. He's amazing DJ. Like
I
we're really good
listen.
friends. We're like brothers. Yeah.
I want to give him a shout out. I listened to his Showcase in New York.
The
At
overtones,
yeah, that I
Yeah.
listened to that today.
No, I mean he's a beast.
That was
He's a beast.
he did it
Yeah.
in memory of somebody, and I did not write that down. But what a set!
Yeah,
Like
it
I
was
listened the
our
whole time
friend
I was getting.
Franter
Yeah.
from Colombia that passed away. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
But what a spectacular set! The percussion he added in, the Latin influence in the middle of the set. Like I'm just like, but the way he was able to do that,
He's a
and then
maestro.
straight
He's a
tech,
maestro for sure, man. Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
one of my
shout out
favorite-
Tony.
Definitely come tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight is gonna be wild, and then next weekend I have a show with Factory 93.
Oh, nice.
With Leighton Giordani.
Excellent.
That's gonna be a big one, and then I have my Las Vegas debut in June also.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
We're going in July. Wait, what?
That's one thing.
What date?
June 22nd.
Where?
Club Ego.
Okay,
I've never
guys,
heard of
June
it.
22nd. We'll get Rich.
That's right. So that's
Who
right.
you-
Yeah, Rich is my boy. I know Rich.
Rich has known me since I was.
Yeah, it's like the only underground spot.
Hold
like,
on.
right?
Rich, if you're watching, explain later. That is a big joke between Rich and I are great friends. Frankie and him are obviously besties, and we have a lot of history. In fact, I just posted those pictures of Rich and our epic
Yeah,
Virginia
we're good
Beach.
friends too. Yeah.
Rich, that used to be here. We used to all, oh God, crazy times. Anyway, so June 22nd,
June 22nd.
Club
yes.
Ego
Yeah.
in Vegas. Go see Misha.
Yeah.
Frankie says it's sick, so I'm going to go with it. I've been to Vegas. I'm doing my 10-year Vegas hiatus break in July. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared.
I send you the videos.
I know.
No, but not those videos. I send you videos of that place. It's like with the think like the purple lighting and
Yeah.
the flowers hanging.
Yeah.
And the DJ that spun here. I remember.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, is that so and so? And I was like, yep. Place is sick. He's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm there, bro.
Yeah, the set time is like 3 a.m. to 8 a.m.
It's like after party.
It's like my
Can you fly me out for the
my
night?
playground.
Fly me out for the night. I'll come back the next day. I can't stay out there. All right, so I want to I want to rapid fire some stuff at you real quick, and then we'll wrap up. So, I read in an interview from 2022 that you said your dream set would be Exit, and I can't remember what country that would Exit Festival and or Italy. Your dream place to play. Is that still hold true?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like,
have you played there?
No, not
Okay.
yet. I mean, Exit is a festival in Serbia.
Serbia. Okay.
Yeah,
Which
where-
is
where I'm
where you're from.
Yeah. I grew up in Serbia, moved here 2012 to the States. Yeah, Exit is like a amazing underground festival, one of the OG festivals in Europe. Like
That's
it's
awesome.
it's in a downtown of the city, and it's a fortress from like Ottoman Empire days, like 15th century, I want to say, or like 13th century. So it's like a huge fortress, and then the festival is inside of a fortress,
Oh,
and it goes until like 10 a.m.
we
so,
suck at. I'm gonna
So
go
like
there.
the headliner plays at like 7 8 a.m. It's like morning. It's like
That's the kind of set I love how all the DJs are doing these drone sets. Like Jamie Jones did one. One of the old
Oh.
club owners here sent me. I forget what country it was.
it was in Jajce, I think it's in
Yes.
Bosnia. Yeah.
Yes,
The
Bosnia.
circle set, right?
That was
By like the waterfalls.
yes,
Kind of yeah.
incredible. I was just sitting there watching Jamie, going, "This is amazing. Why am I not there?"
You're watching Jamie going.
Yes, yes. At 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. You will. So I have rapid fire questions. Fun fact about you that most people don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I'm a pretty open book, but I mean, I don't know. I love sports. I used to be a professional fighter. I used to.
We own MMA, and he knows the biggest regional MMA, Cagezilla and Muay
I fought
Thai.
at Cagezilla.
He started
I fought
it.
at Cagezilla. I did a fight
Jeff
here.
started
Yeah.
Cagezilla and still
My
owns
last
it.
fight was at Cagezilla.
And
Yeah.
'cause He knows Mitra and Eric. Yeah. So
I did a title fight with Malcolm Travis, and I lost 2-1. It was my last fight. I was like, after this one, I was so disappointed because
will
this
you
is the
fight
thing.
again with us? I do the interviews.
I trained like 3 weeks for the fight. I wasn't ready, and like disappointment after the losing the fight, like it was so bad
But
because I
come on.
guessed out. I was dying, man. I
So
don't
Jeff
even talk
started
about this.
Cagezilla.
No, I mean he's my boy. We trained together. He's a tough guy. Like I won the first round and the last 2 rounds. Like it was a good.
Is
one.
it on
was a good
YouTube? I
one.
want to see
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
It's on YouTube,
but
Misha.
it was just like I trained for like 3 weeks for the fight, and I was getting in shape, and I asked my coach, "Hey, coach, I'm getting back in shape. Give me a fight for like." I was thinking like 6 months, like, and then he's like, "Oh, you have a fight in 3 weeks," and I'm like, "How do you mean 3 weeks? I'm not ready. I'm fat. I have no conditioning."
I love him.
And he's like, don't worry, you're explosive, you're a beast. And I trained 2 weeks, and then third week, I was just working 2 jobs, man. I was like in the pool business, pulling covers. Like I went to Echo Stage a week before my fight, partied all weekend, and then like I was sick the whole week before the fight. And I go to do the fight, and I'm like warming up, and
How crazy is this?
and Najim is like holding pads for me from Kaizen, you know, Najim
Kaizen,
Wali.
yeah.
He was my sparring partner. He's holding pads for me,
I
and,
forgot
and I'm
Mitra
like,
and him are good
I have
friends.
nothing
I
in
get
me,
it.
man. I have nothing. I'm like, how am I gonna go and fight? I felt so tired, so like drained. So I mean, after that, I was like, I don't have time for this anymore. You know, it's like if you're gonna do something, it's gotta be an obsession. It's gotta be a lifestyle. You gotta be 100% locked in if you want to be successful at something. And that's kind of with music now. But before, it used to be fighting. You know, back
I
in the
feel
day.
like this is all destiny now because Jeff started. So Jeff and I met when I was 21 years old. I worked for Hooters, and then he started fights, then Cagezilla, and we've gone back and forth, and now we do a lot together.
Nice.
Obviously, podcasts on his network. He produces my show, and then TCB Fights, which is the
Yeah,
Muay Thai.
yeah.
And now you're sitting here and you fought with him. And who knew?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
knew? And I
But
didn't even.
We did kick. It was a kickboxing fight.
I
It wasn't
didn't even
MMA.
correlate
Yeah.
because you're friends with Mitra, like the whole full circle, because she knows Cagezilla very well. So very cool. So expect the next bout at Cagezilla 95. I'm kidding, guys. What is something you're really passionate about besides music? Besides your amazing girlfriend, who I love to death and is the most gorgeous girl ever human. I love you.
Shout out
Ivana.
Ivana.
Let me tell you something about his woman. One of the kindest, most beautiful. Every time I see her, she's like, "You are the most beautiful woman." I'm like, "No, you're the most beautiful woman." She is such a good woman.
That's the hype part. So
She's a baller. She's a lawyer. She's a baller. I'm gonna give her a
Yes,
shout out
yes.
because not many girls. I'm gonna say not many girls, but she is a special woman in DC because she's always very, very kind to me day one. So, but besides her, what are you passionate about?
I don't know. I kind of like I'm too obsessed with music, man. It's not good. It's it's all I think about, honestly. My
Fair.
my
Me
sister's
too,
been roast.
mostly,
I mean,
and my dog.
I'm still into sports. I still like train. Like, yeah. I train. I spar. I like. It's in the blood. I love it. I've been doing it since I was for like 18 years. I still train pretty hard. You know, I love it. But I mean, I'm still passionate about sports. I'm passionate about food. I love to eat. I love to travel. You know.
Oh, look, we have it there, right there. Hold on, we're gonna come. Jason's.
What
gonna-
is it? Oh, the fight. Oh, yeah, there it is.
I love it.
Is.
This is amazing.
There it
I will
is.
send me that
It's-
screenshot.
I'm the black guy. Yeah,
Take a
it's,
screenshot of that,
it's,
and that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a terrible
I'm gonna
fight.
post
It's
it.
my worst fight. It's not a good one for sure. I was so tired,
This
dude.
is
Like,
awesome.
end of the first round, I cannot put my mouthpiece back in. Like,
Why?
I cannot catch my breath.
Oh, you're a
And-
part.
and-
You're a
And
fun
I
haver.
like never use mouth guard. even in
Jason doesn't know
sparring.
what that feels like.
So like I'm not used to breathing with mouth guard, you know. But for the fight, we had to wear it. But, yeah.
So my final question, and then if Frankie, you have any more, I'll let you go. I think in any industry, but in the music industry, your fans, producers, club owners are going to define you and put you in the place they want to put you in. But if today was all you had to define yourself, your music, what would you want that to look like?
Let me just make sure I understand the
Yeah.
question.
So, like people say, "Oh, that was Misha. Like he played tech house and blah blah." But what would that
you're
story
kind of
look
asking
like?
like what would I want for my musical legacy to be,
Yes,
right?
pretty much. If it was today,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you had to walk away, or
Good question.
see, sometimes I
Yeah.
hit them right.
Uh,
And take your time because I know it's a.
yeah.
It's here for fun, Jess. Come on. Well, you're kicking ass with music, but you also do the rap, like you're doing the label on the side, so you're helping
Yeah.
promote. So I feel like you like giving back.
I mean, it's like one of the things I'm really proud. It's like that. Like it's our influence on this scene and this city. Like that we've definitely brought the sound that wasn't here, and like that's one of the things. And there's like so many DJs and producers now that are like really giving us a lot of love and looking up to us. And like now, I mean, I think this is a respectable city now. I think, and I
It
think
is
we
for
have
this.
a
You
big
guys
part
have.
in it.
Yep.
And like without like false modesty. And that's like one of the things I'm proud. You know, and we did it just for the love for the music, man. It's like I love the music. I love to have good friends. Like I like real friendships. I like if we're I like if we're friends. I want us to be like on friends on a deep level. Like I don't like superficial stuff in my life. I don't like
Amen.
shallow things. It's just how I am. I mean, I don't know.
It's something that I think it's a thought provoking question and something to think about. But I want to give you props, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, and you know that because
Thank you. Thank
we've
you.
had our drunk sidebars. We've had to deal with me blackout drunk. I will admit it anytime. I think you and Rez, but I'm extreme. And this is more my mama talk. My son's going to be 21 on Monday. Shout out Nico.
Nice.
I'm really, really proud of you guys. How authentic you've stayed to yourselves. How you hustle and you work and you care about community and you connect. Like you never forget about connecting. And I don't mean fans, but like with people. It's all about connecting. Music is about connecting and welcoming people into whatever music community.
I mean, it's
that
a
is.
beautiful energy, especially in
is.
house and techno music.
It
It's like
is.
one of the things that are. It never. It's like it's always impressive to me.
Same.
Like you will see a festival with like 200,000 people, and everybody's partying, and you will never see a fight.
Never.
It's
Never.
really amazing.
I've
like
never
the
seen one.
vibe and the energy this genre of music brings. Because I used to work security for like 13 years all over the world. Used to run security, like all over the city. Like I've done all genres of music. I've done all different crowds, and it's like this is like amazing. Like the
Never. I was always a good.
Frankie and I've never been kicked out of a club in DC ever.
yeah.
I probably give them a hard time, but they're not kicking me out. They're like, "You're for entertainment value, Jess. You just stay."
But it's really awesome, man. It's like, and I met like the most amazing
It-
people in life through music
It
and
is.
through sports. Like,
Amen.
really, like it's like I gotta say it for sports too, but like for music, like it's just like I judge people by the music they like. Like I literally like judge their I judge their. It's just a weird thing of mine. I don't know how to explain it. But
I
like,
think I'm a little different than that.
I judge people intelligence on the base on the music they like. I don't know. It's just the way I think.
I think we're the same in a way of
Bro, of course you should. You should listen to all genres of music.
I grew up.
There's amazing music in all genres. I
Correct.
listen to everything.
That's what I was gonna say. I grew up in an
Absolutely.
eclectic family where we listened. There's not a part of the music industry I don't or type of genre I don't listen to and enjoy. Like one day I was getting ready and he called me and I'm like, I'm listening to Andre Bocelli. Like I love him.
I love Andrea. I saw him live.
Andrea
Yeah,
Bocelli, sorry.
yeah.
Incredible. And so that, but I will judge like in our music culture in my head. I'm like, what?
I mean,
Like, a
no,
little bit,
it's
yeah, I will say
amazing.
that.
I I love classical music. I used to play piano a little
I
bit.
love that.
I
My
love
sister
blues. I
plays
love
piano.
jazz.
Yep.
I saw Eric Clapton for his 70th
Ah.
birthday at Madison Square Garden, one of my favorite shows ever. I saw Bocelli, Steve. I used to go like to a lot Santana, like stay. Like I
Oh,
love all music.
Santana.
It's just music is my biggest love, and
Did
it's
you say
important,
Eric
man.
Clapton
Like
you saw?
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah,
Amazing artist.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta stay open minded when it comes to music. You know,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
What bothers me with me, I think I had a guy the other day because you know my Taylor Swift posts. I love Taylor. I love her. Did I say techno house? You hey, fair. It's fair. But he said, but you like techno and house, and I'm like, I like everything. Like that doesn't mean that is my
I love
staple.
Backstreet Boys, bro. I'm underground
Hey.
DJ. I grew up on
Do you want to
Backstreet
sing
Boys.
I
What
Want
do you
It That
mean?
Way?
Like, they were my heroes.
You are
when I was
a Backstreet
a
Boy.
kid.
Okay, so my question is this: you know, there's this trend where like DJs all of a sudden will pop up like at a laundromat and just do like a party, right?
Yeah.
So, do you ever plan on doing something like that here in the city, where you're gonna throw a sick party out of nowhere
I mean,
and
yeah,
nobody
it's
knows,
always-
and then we show up and be like, yes.
I mean, I don't know if you remember the second that ever High Class Nasty was kind of like that. It was a pop up at a strip club, and it was the first time that anybody ever threw like a house party at a strip club, and it
What?
was at Archibald's.
oh, when was how long ago was this?
It was the second.
Frankie's very
our
upset.
second party ever. It was literally like
That's
last week
awesome.
of COVID. Like it was
That's
ending.
awesome.
The world was going back to
Archibald's
normal.
is old school.
And we set up the DJ booth between two poles. And Said Yunan called us. He's like, "Are you guys really throwing a party at a strip club?" He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." He's like, "I gotta come see." This.
So, fun fact: Archibald's was my first strip club ever. I was like 19 or something.
Nice.
Camelot was mine here in DC. In DC. Not ever. Not ever. Hawaii was my first strip club ever. Anyway, I just want to say I admire you and I'm so proud of you. And
Thank you, guys.
I really think
Thank you so much.
if I could
Thank you.
give you advice as a human mom advice, stay humble. Humility is everything. Stay in gratitude, but be baller, be boss. Know where you're strong and keep at that. And we look forward to many things from you. And sit down with us again. We want to hear what you have going on.
Yeah, thank you for the vote of confidence. It really means a lot. And yeah, you gotta stay humble. I think everything we get in life, it's kind of borrowed,
It is.
and it's like it can flip in like
2
no
seconds.
time. One moment you can be on the top of the mountain, and you know life teaches you really easy that like you can go back to the bottom, and
But
it's
you can
real-
always come back.
yeah,
up.
of course. It's
And that's
like
what's important.
it's in you. If you
It's in
have it,
you,
like
yep.
if you have the
Believe me,
dog
I
in
know.
you and like the spirit, like you can come back.
Yep.
You know.
we're partying in Vegas, right?
What?
But yeah, you gotta appreciate what you have, man. You
You do.
gotta be grateful, and I always try to remind myself. It's like anything small that happens that's good. Like I'm always like scared because I'm not used to. I'm always like something.
You're
good
waiting for the
happens,
other shoe
I'm
to
waiting
drop.
for something terrible
Yep,
to happen.
yep.
Life
Can't,
teaches
that's
you
imposter.
things.
That's imposter syndrome. Don't do it. I do
So,
it all the time. No.
just like be grateful, be appreciative, and like try to just do good by everyone, and have good intentions. That's for me, like just
I think intent.
I
I think intention
No more,
is
but
key.
cheers to that,
And
yeah.
Misha, thank you. And to
thank you again for
Frankie,
having me,
thank
guys.
you. Jason, thank you. Jason
guys.
MacArthur, Scott, my tech guy who is awesome. Jeff, who runs Wildstyle Productions, the owner of Wildstyle Productions and the Wildstyle Network that allows me to be here with Wylde with Jess, Tribe Called Jess, each and every week on Thursdays at 8:30 live. But we will be doing more street stuff with Wylde with Jess. And we're so grateful. And come down to 12 after 12 tonight. Misha's opening. And I know you'll be here for it. I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to stay at my dog at home. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Please follow and subscribe on the Wildstyle Network or wherever you get your podcasts or interviews. And tune in next time. Take good care, guys. Later.
Bye. Much love.